What's going on, guys? ¿Cómo están? BugaLuis here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we're going to discuss the biggest match of the entire season, which is Real Madrid versus Paris Saint Germain. This match has it all. It brings the goals, it has the names, it has the football, and most importantly has the biggest consequences. So who is going to suffer? Is it going to be Zinedine Zidane or is it going to be Unai Emery? We've already talked about also a huge match in Tottenham versus Juventus, so you can check that Matchday preview up here in the info cards or also down below in the description. Be sure to check it out. It follows a very similar format to this one, so if you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you're gonna like that one as well. Just like always, guys, please remember to drop us a like, leave us a subscribe, turn the bell notification icon, and follow us on all other social media to keep up to date. You get the deal, you know the drill, so let's get right to it. So just like we always do, we're going to start talking about the current form of all teams, and the first team here in discussion is going to be Real Madrid. Real Madrid coming to this match in a very inconsistent run of form. They've been winning one match and then they've been losing the other one, so it's quite shaky in comparison to PSG. PSG have been winning 6 matches straight on the bounce, so it's a very difficult thing. Real Madrid just won 5-2 against Real Sociedad, so it's a very good starting point for Zidane. The Bernabeu must be lit up because of that performance after Ronaldo scored a hat-trick, a perfect one indeed, and a very good outside the box shot from Toni Kroos, so it's a very good starting point. But if you take a look at their previous matches before that, well, they draw against Levante 2-2, they won against Valencia for 1 good result, but then they lost 2-1 against Leganés, so it's quite inconsistent if you really talk to me about this. In the other hand, PSG just have been blasting through teams. They've been blasting through teams like 6-0, they've been winning 2-0, they just won 1-0 against Toulouse, so it's quite weird for them at this current position. So just like we always do, we're gonna start talking about the current form of both teams. The first one in discussion is going to be Real Madrid. Real Madrid coming to this match very inconsistently. They've been losing one game, then they've been winning by a lot the next one, so it's quite shaky, to be honest. For instance, they just won 5-2 against Real Sociedad, a very good result for Real Madrid, a perfect hat-trick from Ronaldo, a good outside the box from Toni Kroos, another goal from Lucas Vázquez, very good actually, but then they draw against Levante 2-2. And then they won against Valencia, but they were drawing until like the 80th minute, so it's quite interesting as well which Real Madrid is going to turn up here. Unlike PSG have been going over team. They've been winning 6 games on the bounce, so very good form coming into this match as well. And we can really say that PSG are going to turn up with basically all the energy and all the willpower here because they've been playing so good football. Real Madrid, in the other hand, is gonna be very difficult to predict which Real Madrid is going to turn up. Is it going to be the Real Madrid that just won back-to-back Champions League, or is it going to be the mediocre Real Madrid that are 17 points behind Barcelona and out of the Copa del Rey? The main difference between PSG and Real Madrid here, I gotta say, it has to be the defense, because PSG has been scoring so many goals, but they've also conceded a few. They've been conceding 3 goals in the last 2 matches, so quite good. Oh, I actually gotta say that's more. They actually been conceding, let me check. They've been conceding, they concede 2, they concede 1, they conceded 3 goals in the last 6 matches, so that's quite good. Not in the last 2, in the last 6. That's a good thing for PSG. On the other hand, Real Madrid, they've been conceding so many goals as well. They conceded 2 against Levante, they conceded 2 against Real Sociedad, that's 4, 1 more against Valencia, that's 5, they conceded 1 against Deportivo, that's 6, they conceded 2 against Leganés, that's 7, no, that's 8. So they actually been conceding 8 goals in the last 5 matches, which is not good at all. And especially if you come up against a front 3 of Neymar, Mbappé and Cavani, well, you're in a very big struggle, because you may score goals against PSG, but you may not concede. You may concede against PSG a lot more. So that's the main talking point here. The defense are the key. Moving on to which players do I think are going to be the main stars or the ones to watch during these 90 minutes. For me in PSG, it has to be Neymar, really. We need to talk about Neymar, really. if he's going to turn up like the huge potential figure he wants to be, the world-class player to rival Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo for the Ballon d'Or. He needs to really display that thing here. He really needs to be that player. He needs to score 2 goals, he needs to assist 1, he needs to be tearing up the defense, he needs to be doing a dance to Carvajal, he needs to be the main man. And if Neymar wants to be the main man, well, PSG has to win this match. They has to win this match very comfortably. That's a possibility, all depending on this guy, Neymar. On the other hand, in Real Madrid, I'm not going to say Ronaldo, nor Bale, nor Benzema, nor Isco. I'm actually going to talk about Luka Modric. I think Luka Modric is the best defender, the best midfielder out of PSG and Real Madrid. So it's all about him and all about his ability to control that midfield and overshadow Verratti, overshadow Draxler, overshadow Lo Celso, or even Rabiot. It's all going to be about how Modric can command his fellow midfielders like Toni Kroos, Casemiro, which are also very, very good, world-class players, to really combat the ability of the PSG midfield. Because the PSG midfield are decent. They're not something very, very special. They're good, but not so good. Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro, they're probably the best defense in the best midfield in the world. So it's all about Modric, the captain of that midfield, to really command their players, their fellow teammates, and say who to mark, when to cut down space, when to cover up, when to put in tackles, when to be harsher, who to mark. It's all gonna be about that. It's all gonna be about Modric, because this match is going to be won in midfield. This match is all about Modric, and Modric has to play really, really good if Real Madrid wants to win. Now moving on to the predicted lineups, I'm going to say that Real Madrid are most definitely going to start with their Once de Gala in Spain or in South America. Once de Gala are like the main first 11. So the main Once de Gala for Real Madrid is Keylor Navas in goal, Varane, Sergio Ramos, Casemiro, Carvajal. In the left hand side, Marcelo, then in front Modric and Toni Kroos, and then up top the BBC with Benzema, Bale, and Cristiano. It's all gonna be about that team. It's all going to be about the main stars in this match. So let's see if they can actually beat PSG. On the other hand, we have a very, very difficult choice in midfield for PSG. I gotta say that it's all about between Draxler and Giovanni Lo Celso. Giovanni Lo Celso is this Argentinian young player who has been playing very, very good recently for PSG. He's normally an enganche, a number 10, but coming into this match, he has actually been playing out of the bounds in 3 matches as a box-to-box midfielder. He has that willpower, that work ethic, that energy to come back and defend and help the team. And I think that this profile of a player is going to be very, very good in a match like this. Draxler could be a very good player to come and impact from the bench because he has a lot of verticality added to his game. Very good to pinpoint passes and pockets of space between the defense and the midfield. So I gotta say that Draxler could be a very good, interesting option for coming out of the bench, but Giovanni Lo Celso should be starting for me in this one because his energy is gonna be very, very good to really put a very high momentum and high tempo to the match and good intensity if PSG want to score in the Bernabeu right away, which is their main objective. They need to score in this one. So with that being said, we're gonna move to the predicted lineup of PSG, which I think is going to be Alfonso Areola in the goalkeeper position, in the left back Kurzawa, then Marquinhos with Thiago Silva, on the right Dani Alves, in the middle Rabiot, Lo Celso and Verratti, and then up top Neymar, Cavani and Mbappe. So after all of this discussion, who do I think is going to win this match? Well, normally I do 2 predictions. I do a prediction of my head and a prediction of my heart. My heart says PSG because I really don't want Real Madrid to win another Champions League. I really don't want them to. I don't hate Real Madrid. I think they're a good team. I admire sometimes Real Madrid, but I don't want them to win another match. I'm maybe a Barcelona fan, and that's still a little bit biased because I want Barcelona to win the Champions League always, and I think that Real Madrid are probably the biggest threat. So if we take away the biggest threat, I think that it's gonna be quite good. So my heart says that PSG should win this. My heart says that PSG should win this comfortably, but my head says otherwise. Real Madrid just have this cheap, like the thing you put on your phone. For instance, if I'm in Peru, I have my Peruvian SIM card to talk here, and then when I go to abroad, I have, for instance, my British SIM card. So whenever Real Madrid has the same, Real Madrid has like this national SIM card to when they're playing really badly, but in Champions League, they just have this other card, this other chip that is just so good. And I gotta say that it's really hard to see past Real Madrid because their experience, the players, the profile they have has been really good. However, there's one thing that in my head still suggests that PSG could win this time. And that is because Real Madrid drew against Tottenham at home. Real Madrid lost against Spurs at home, away, sorry. So it's going to be quite interesting to see once again which Real Madrid is going to turn up, because we've seen the bad performances of the league also translated in the Champions League. Unlike other seasons in which we've seen Real Madrid just go over opposition in the Champions League and then lose sometimes in La Liga. This time around, we've seen Real Madrid losing also in the Champions League. So that's my main talking point. My main talking point is that Real Madrid may lose this match against PSG because they are really translating this time around the form of La Liga into the Champions League. With that being said, I think that PSG could win this match. I definitely see at least 2 goals of PSG in this tie. I think that PSG and Real Madrid are going to draw 2-2 at the Bernabeu, and then PSG is going to win in the Parc des Princes. That's gonna be everything for today, guys. Just like always, remember to drop us a like, leave us a subscribe, turn on the bell notification icon, and follow us on all other social media to keep up to date. Make sure to make this channel a part of your daily routine. I've been your host for the day. See you in the next one. Take care. Ciao.